He said, shut up, TFL TV. Where's the piss bottle? It's right here, mate.
Alright, people. Dillian Whyte and him potentially facing Anthony Joshua in December. Now, Dillian Whyte was at the Boxer show that was on last night on Sky. This was his first real appearance per se since the Tyson Fury loss. Certainly a lot of the interviews, we hadn't heard much of him in a while. And he was interviewed by Sky and by IFL TV. Now, when he was interviewed by Sky, it was during the Dan Aziz fight. And that's primarily why he was there, to support Dan Aziz. But they asked about his next move. And he said that we should know, it should be an announcement in the next week. So this coming week. And it's looking likely end of November, possibly December. But he didn't name an opponent. Now, I think that's going to be Daniel Dubois personally. That's what I've heard. Originally, the date was October 29th. Obviously, it doesn't help that Hughie Fury and Michael Hunter are having their fight that day. But I was also hearing November 26th. But possibly they could even decide maybe do it in December if they feel like certain people need an extra few weeks to be on the undercard. Anyway, going a bit off topic with that one. He was also interviewed by Coogan and IFL. And again, he didn't shut down or refute any of the claims that he would be fighting Daniel Dubois. He just said, yeah, that's a name, and he's got a title, so it would make sense. But then Coogan asked him about Anthony Joshua, and he said that Anthony Joshua said he'd be open to the rematch, but Eddie Hearn said that he wants to give Anthony Joshua a couple more fights and then maybe look at potentially fighting Dillian Whyte sometime next year. And Dillian Whyte was very animated when he just said, no, let's get this fight made in December. He seems to be keen to get the Anthony Joshua rematch over the line. He said they're both coming off losses, which is true. They both are. Well, Dillian Whyte's only coming off one loss. Age coming off back-to-back losses to Alexander Usyk, the same guy. So he seems to think that this is a perfect time to get this rematch over the line. And personally, right, now, look, I'm pretty sure Dillian Whyte is going to be facing Daniel Dubois next. But if I was Eddie Hearn, I guess it's kind of... No, I'm sure that fight would still do quite well. It's kind of going to be a case of who's paying Dillian Whyte the most money. Maybe Dillian Whyte is looking at Dubois and thinking, it's a title, I can say I'm a world champion. I'm getting paid a nice amount of money by fish eyes. And as well as that, I see... Maybe he perceives Daniel Dubois as an easier touch than Anthony Joshua. But maybe he's looking at Anthony Joshua thinking, okay, look, I'm not at my best. You may not be at your best, not for a title, but you're going to make me a hell of a lot of money. So maybe Dillian Whyte is keeping his options open without actually admitting anything. Because I think that if the zone and Anthony Joshua came to Dillian Whyte, I think he'd jump at the chance for a rematch. Because I think that maybe he looks at Joshua and thinks, Joshua, maybe he's going to have fragilities about him that I can exploit. I've improved since 2015, since we had that first fight. I quite fancy this rematch. I quite fancy it's a big fight. Now, having said that, look, Dillian Whyte, I think Dillian Whyte is further gone than Anthony Joshua, and I would make Anthony Joshua firm favourite if he and Dillian Whyte were to have a rematch in December. I'd make him firm favourite. I really would. I think that Anthony Joshua has not really, people would say he's not really improved in his career, that he got to that kind of Klitschko performance and then it was kind of stagnant from there. And you could say, yeah, but he's still fought at a higher level than Dillian Whyte. He's been stopped by Andy Ruiz and had tough fights like that. But Dillian Whyte's been knocked out brutally 3 times. He's had some really tough fights, even fights he's won, like the Chisora fight, like the Parker fight. And I think at this stage, Dillian Whyte, I don't want to say he's shop worn. I still think that he's probably still got a bit more left in the tank in that regard. But in terms of punch resistance, I'd say he's done. I'd say that the shots Anthony Joshua hit him with, especially even in that first round, in their fight back in 2015, I think if Dillian Whyte was hit with them same shots now, gone. Or at least going down. At least touching down. And I think maybe that's why he's looking or pretend. Well, look, I've heard that the Dubois fight is signed and sealed, and I wouldn't be shocked if we get an announcement on that this week. But again, maybe he's keeping his options open. Maybe if DAZN and Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn come to Dillian Whyte and say, you're getting this much for fighting Daniel Dubois on BT Sport, we'll pay you this much. See ya, Frank. Find someone else for Dubois. I'm taking the Joshua fight. He seems more willing for it this time. He does. He really seems. The reason why I say this time, we all know, I think it was April 23rd, 2019. That was the date. That was the date in which Anthony Joshua, Sky had selected it. Didn't Sky have 2 dates for him? Or did they? They definitely had. That was definitely one of the dates. I remember Sky in 2019. I think they had 2 dates for Anthony Joshua, one in April and one in September. And the April date was Dillian Whyte. That was what they wanted. Wembley Stadium, Dillian Whyte, Anthony Joshua. They even had the face-off after Dillian Whyte knocked out Derek Chisora. And Dillian Whyte said that the money wasn't enough. The money wasn't right. He wasn't being paid enough money, so he didn't take the Anthony Joshua fight. Then it was announced that AJ would make his US debut against Big Farmer Miller. We all know what happened there. Still a fight that I really wish we'd see. And I know Big Farmer Miller, I mean, Jesus, we all know what he's like. But still, that fight would have been so interesting. Got beat, knocked out by Ruiz. But that's the kind of... So that's why I say Dillian Whyte now. I think Dillian Whyte now, knowing that, look, his title shot with WBC has been and gone. He's been knocked out twice, both by uppercuts, both pretty badly. And I think at this stage in Dillian Whyte's career, he just wants the big money. He just wants to have that cash out, big retirement. See you later. I'll take my big bag of cash. Bye-bye boxing. I'm going to enjoy myself. I think that's how it is. I really hope that that's how it is. Do you know that? Because I really do. I don't know what Dillian Whyte can offer. I mean, like, at this stage, his punch resistance is so bad, just judging by the looks of things, that he could be in a fight that you would expect him to win and win comfortably, and he could get caught with a shot and taken out. You know? So, and again, if that was to happen, we'll say in just maybe a main event card as a comeback fight, I mean, that's, say, against a fringe contender or someone much levels below the guys Dillian Whyte's operator. If he goes in there and he gets hurt or struggles to a win and is down in that fight, I think it's just going to hurt his stock. And I think Dillian Whyte is a smart man. He knows that, and he knows that he's not going to get a title shot with the WBC anytime soon. Probably not going to get a title shot with any of the other ones unless he fights a Dubois. Open yourself up to the highest bidder and just see what kind of money you can make. See what kind of money you can make. He did specify with Sky that something is going to be announced this week. No opponent. I still suspect it's going to be Dubois. I'd be surprised if we see him against AJ in December, but it wouldn't shock me. I'd be marginally surprised. I'd be kind of thinking, okay, so he obviously chose the big money fight over the title shot. But I suspect it's going to be him and Dubois. And I think maybe he reiterated that Dubois has a title and he wants a title, but I'm sure he looks at Dubois and thinks, you've not operated at any decent level. When you have stepped up, you've lost. I can catch you and I can hurt you, and if anything, I can make it rough for you and I can make you quit. I'm sure that's what he's thinking when he looks at Daniel Dubois. So that's what I suspect Dillian Whyte is going to do next in terms of the dates, to November 26th or possibly early December for him versus Dubois in the O2. That will be, that fight is an interesting one. I still think Dubois probably does beat Dillian Whyte. I think AJ definitely beats him, but I'd say Dubois probably does. I think that Dillian Whyte, if he fought Daniel Dubois, even if he tried some roughhouse tactics, Dubois would probably be physically stronger than Dillian Whyte. Dubois is an absolute wrecking ball, and I think that Dubois would eventually just wear him down and ragdoll him around the ring. That's what I think Dubois would do. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know yours in the comments section. What are your thoughts on Dillian Whyte? Potentially fighting Anthony Joshua next? Do you think he should? Or do you think he should go down the road of fighting Daniel Dubois? Or is there another road maybe that I don't know about, that maybe you know about, that you think he should go? Wait and see if Joe Parker beats Joe Joyce and do a rematch with him, Sky Sports pay-per-view. Fight Joe Joyce for an interim WBO title with the chance of you being upgraded to full champion. Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button if you could. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. A quick little one on screen there, True Crime with G-Man. Getting the video up tomorrow morning and possibly late this week as well. and it's going to be interesting. Don't get used to seeing the ripped jeans on that channel, because I think that one's going to be 100% audio for the time being anyway. So you'll get a brief respite from the ripped jeans on the True Crime channel. It's going to take a lot more editing, but ayo, it's the way. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll talk to these people. Smash the like button. Peace.